Archbishop Adam Saal encourages active participation in the church and criticizes the discontented. Pope Francis made a virtual visit to Dubai via webcam. In Taizé, Brother Alois struggles to keep up with modernity and decides to hand over his duties to Brother Matthew. Polish Dominicans present Advent songs in collaboration with AI, while in Luleå, Sweden, the community confronts long polar nights and depression. Does God allow wars? You'll learn all about this on Monday in the news service of Radio Safira. We invite you.
Advent for Lutherans marks the start of the church year and lasts 4 Sundays. It's a time of awaiting the birth of Christ and his second coming. The Lutheran tradition focuses on preparing for Christmas and encourages life changes for the better. Liturgically, purple dominates in Lutheran churches. Advent wreaths with 4 candles, lit on successive Sundays, symbolize hope, faith, joy, and peace. Advent traditions also include charity work and making holiday decorations. Above Lutheran altars, the Advent star symbolizes Jesus Christ.
Archbishop Adam Saal, in his Advent letter, emphasizes that participation in church life requires active engagement, not just passive reception of sacraments. The Metropolitan of Przemysl highlights the need for authentic testimony about Christ. Witnesses, through personal connection with Jesus and practiced mercy, positively influence others. He stresses that criticism of the church should lead to building the community, not weakening it. The Archbishop encourages seeking closeness to God and avoiding critical attitudes that do not build faith.
Yesterday in Dubai, Pope Francis, in a video message to the Pavilion of Faith inauguration, appealed for the protection of creation and our common home and the promotion of peace. He expressed regret for missing the UN COP28 climate summit. He emphasized the importance of interfaith cooperation for global good, especially in peace and climate matters. He encouraged representatives of different religions to set an example of sustainable living and urged pressure on national leaders to protect the environment. The Vatican Secretary of State read the prepared speech of the Pope.
Youssef Ourahmane, Vice President of the Algerian Protestant Church, was sentenced to 1 year in prison and a fine of €665 for organizing an unauthorized religious service. The verdict is based on charges related to overseeing a group of Christian families in a church complex with a chapel closed by the authorities. Persecution of Christians in Algeria has intensified in recent years, with at least 10 legal cases against Christians underway. Despite the closure of churches and harassment, believers organize in small groups for joint prayer and worship.
During a press conference, Brother Alois, the outgoing prior of the ecumenical community of Taizé, and his successor, Brother Matthew, discussed changes in the community and the church. Brother Alois, who led the community for 18 years, decided to resign. Brother Matthew, the new prior, had been preparing for the role for 1.5 years. Both emphasized the need to continue serving Christian unity, dialogue, and adapting to the needs of modern youth.
On the website Dominicani PL, 4 Advent songs will be published weekly, with themes of hope, anticipation, joy of meeting, and God's presence. The music videos were created by artificial intelligence. According to Father Radosław Więcławek, the initiative aims to baptize AI by using it to proclaim the gospel. The songs, created by Jan Smoczyński, Mateusz Otręba, and Agnieszka Musiał, will be available as lyric videos on YouTube. The songs Miasto Głupich, Zobaczycie, Przyjdź, and Genealogia are inspired by Bible passages. The project is supported by patrons of the website and includes behind-the-scenes reports of music creation.
Luleå, a city in northern Sweden with a population of 80,000, experiences limited sunlight, especially in winter. Research shows that 45% of young people in Luleå, aged 16 to 29, suffer from mental health issues related to loneliness. In response, the city launched the Säg Hej, Say Hey campaign, promoting greetings to passers-by to improve well-being and social belonging. Swedes are known for maintaining interpersonal distance. The problem of loneliness among the young is particularly evident in Sweden due to long, dark winters.
In an article on evangelicalfocus.com, The author recounts his refusal to serve in the Soviet Army in 1974, along with other young Christians. Amid the war between Russia and Ukraine, many young Protestants face the dilemma of military service or refusal. Both countries have conscientious objection laws, but these were suspended due to the war. Many young people are fleeing the country to avoid conscription. The author compares today's government requirements to those he faced in the Soviet Union, noting little difference. He also describes stories of others who refused military service, focusing on moral and spiritual arguments. He emphasizes that true Christians should oppose evil with love, not hatred and killing of enemies. The author encourages Christians to pacifism and prayer to confront conflicts.
This was the news service of Radio Safira. We wish you a good week. May God bless us all.